Hello, Believe Nation. Today I'm going to share with you the 7 greatest YouTube channels for entrepreneurs.
9, 8, 7.
All right, so I got asked by one of our YouTube subscribers, love you guys, Heath Rogers, who wrote in to say, "Hi Evan, could you make a video on the greatest YouTube channels for entrepreneurs?" So this is my personal list, this is my subjective view on what I think are the 7 greatest channels for you guys to pay attention to. I've categorized it into 3 different chunks. The first 3 are gonna be my absolute favorite, the ones I watched every single video of, the ones I feel are must-watch channels for any entrepreneur. The next 4 are gonna be situational ones, the ones that I watch some of the videos that come in on them. I pay attention to all of them, but I don't watch every video, depends on the topic. And then the last 3 bonus ones, it's really a top 10 list. The last 3 bonus ones are gonna be ones that are up and coming, that I'm starting to pay attention to, I haven't made up my mind on yet, and so I wanted to share them with you, but add that little grain of salt. So here we go. So the number 1 greatest YouTube channel for entrepreneurs, I'm gonna be subjective here. It's my channel.
If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just a shot in the morning to get you going, to make you believe that you can overcome that situation that you're dealing with all the time.
And I want to say this for 2 reasons. Now, this can come across as massively egotistical. I want to give you guys some context. I believe that my channel is one of the greatest channels, not just for entrepreneurs, but for humanity, to help people realize their potential and stop playing small and start doing things where they can really be that best version of themselves and take away my message from it. Maybe you don't agree with what I say, and I don't think I'm the greatest speaker in the world. Take away me, just focus on the top 10 videos, the Believe Life videos, all of the things that these great people are saying. Here's a channel that every single day pulls in some of the thoughts from the greatest thinkers of all time that we are fortunate and blessed enough to have on this planet, and condenses hours and hours and hours of footage down into 10 or 20 minutes for you each time to be able to hang around an Elon Musk and a Warren Buffett and an Oprah Winfrey and let some of their knowledge seep into you. I think it's an amazing gift. And so I'm heavily biased, but I have no problem putting my own channel as the number 1 greatest channel for entrepreneurs on YouTube. I think you should be proud of the work that you're doing. I think whatever you're doing, whether you're a singer or a software developer or you're a car manufacturer, whatever it is, you should love the work that you're doing. You should be proud to put your own work on the top 10 list. Yes, there may be people who are doing a great job in different fields, but you need to be proud of the work that you're doing as well. So that's my little humble brag for the day, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this channel as well. Number 2 for me is Gary Vaynerchuk. He's got a great channel. It's a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration, a lot of tactical things on what to do to run a business, a heavy lean towards social media and marketing strategies there, but also about how to build a team and how to deal with people. He's got 2 series. One is a daily, not a daily show, a couple times a week show where it's basically a call-in show of people emailing him in and he answers 5 business questions. And then he also has a vlog series called Daily V where he's just showing his life and what he's doing. Why I find it interesting is, one, here's a guy who's had some success. He has 600 employees, or I could be off, but it's around that number, $100 million company, something like that. And he's showing his daily life and he's answering questions. So there aren't that many people who've done what he's done who then share it, right? There's so many people who live behind closed doors, but there aren't a lot of vloggers that you can follow who've built massive businesses, who've done more than you've done. I don't always agree with everything that he's saying, but I like the perspective. I like being able to hang around and squeeze out extra juice from somebody who's done more than I have. And so I always find some kind of inspiration and education in the videos that he puts out. And I usually watch his videos in the morning while I'm jumping on my trampoline as a quick workout to work out my body and work out my mind too. And so I watch pretty much every video that comes out on Gary's channel. Number 3 is Lewis Howes. He has a great channel. It's called The School of Greatness, and it's under his name, Lewis Howes. He brings on people multiple times per week, usually. And these guys are not necessarily just entrepreneurs, but people who've had success, greatness, people who've accomplished big things, and he interviews them. And it's usually about an hour long. And what I love about Lewis, I think there's really a need for good interviewers. I watch a ton of interviews because of what we do for our channel, aggregating content. So many interviewers ask boring questions, and then even when the person gives a great answer, there's no follow-up. Like, you ask a boring question, and a guy like Jobs or Kanye or whoever it is gives a great answer, and then the interviewer, just goes to the next question because they have a list of 10 questions and they want to get through it instead of going deeper, right? Like Larry King is great at that and Oprah is really great at that, but there aren't a lot of really, really good interviewers, which I've discovered by watching so many interviews. Lewis is one of the good guys. Lewis is one of the greats in my opinion. He's up and coming. He asks great questions. He asks questions that I'm thinking about and ones that I haven't thought of yet, and always takes it a couple layers. Yeah, he has his set questions and especially ends with the same questions each time as part of his ritual, but he asks a lot of really great, intriguing, inspiring questions. And so you have to be ready to consume it because his videos are usually about an hour long each time. So I'll do it while I'm doing some other work. If I'm doing some Photoshop work or something, I know I'm gonna be at the computer for an hour or so at a time. That's when I watch it. And again, I watch pretty much every single video that Lewis puts out on his channel, and I highly recommend it for any entrepreneur. Okay, let's get to the situational ones. These are the ones that I pay attention to every video that they put out. I'm always looking for the title, but I don't watch every video that comes out. So you can, taste it yourself and see if it's a fit for you. Number 4 is gonna be Tony Robbins. And I love Tony Robbins. I think he produces amazing content. I think he could be crushing it on YouTube if he had a better kind of YouTube strategy. I'm looking forward to connecting with him for my channel and interview and maybe talking about it too, because he's got such a great message and has some amazing videos, but just isn't enough. So the thing about his channel, there's a number of short clips that are super impactful that I wish were more long form that you can go deeper with. And then half the videos are also these kind of testimonials of people who've had a great experience that are more selling his whatever course that's coming up next. I don't personally find a lot of value in those ads. They're not hard sells, but it's like following somebody else's journey through it. I personally don't find a lot of value in those, but I love the messages that Tony has. So I'm basically always looking to see, okay, is this from Tony or is this from somebody that he's helped? And if it's from Tony, those are the ones I pay attention to, and I highly recommend you guys checking out. Number 5 is Charisma on Command. This is, I think, a relatively new channel. I don't know how long they've been around, but basically what he does is analyzes people's charisma. So he's been doing a lot around the election because it's a hot topic right now with Trump versus with Hillary. But he's also done a lot of other ones in talking about how Kevin Hart tells a great story, and talking about how lessons you can learn from Game of Thrones on how to manage people. And so I find it really interesting. I like how he breaks things down, because a lot of times you can look at Kevin Hart, someone like Kevin Hart, a comedian, and realize he's got so much to share and he's so funny, and I watch him and I laugh. But you don't know why. What are the things, what's the preparation, what are the techniques that he uses to get that laughter, to get people listening to his stories? What Charisma on Command does a great job of being able to break those things down for you so that you're not just learning through osmosis, not just by being around it, but by paying attention to specific things. One thing that really struck me as an example was with Kevin Hart, he always gets somebody's attention before he tells the joke. So he won't be off starting the joke until he has people paying attention. So not using the joke to get the attention, having the attention first and then telling the joke. So if you want to tell a story, you want to make a speech, you want to communicate whatever message you have, make sure the person's not on their phone or doing something on the computer or looking off somewhere else. Don't start into the meat of your story until you have their attention. So that's one of the lessons I learned, and I find that interesting. So about half of his videos are also these breakdowns of celebrities or comedians or TV shows, and I find those super interesting. The other half are his own personal stories, and those ones I don't resonate with. And so again, I'm watching, is it about somebody else that is doing this dissection of, or is it himself talking about his life? So I watch, again, half and not half, and I encourage you to go check it out. Number 6 is Tim Schmoyer. He runs a great channel called Video Creators, and this channel really helped me a lot when I was starting my YouTube career. I've been on Tim's channel 3 times, I think, plus part of his series that he had going on. So I love Tim. I'm in a mastermind with him every week. We talk about our channels. Huge amount of respect for him. He produces a variety of content. One is around tips and strategies on how to build a YouTube channel, and the other is around kind of news and trending things that's happening on YouTube, changes that are being made. Where I'm at right now with my channel, coming up on 500,000 subscribers, I find that most of the tips and strategy stuff are too early stage for what I'm trying to do, but I love the news and changes that YouTube's making, and more importantly, his view on it. How does he think the world is gonna change, YouTube world is gonna change because of the changes that are being made? So I think if you are trying to build a YouTube channel, if you're not building a YouTube channel, you probably won't get too much value here, but if you're trying to build a YouTube channel, it's one of the best places to go. And then depending on your size, you'll either watch every video that's on there or just a selection of them that fit for you. But I pay attention to every video that he makes. And number 7 for me is Tim Ferriss's channel. This is a love-hate relationship for me. I'm a huge Tim Ferriss fan. The 4 Hour Workweek is one of my favorite books of all time. I picked up the other books as well. He's been a big influence on me in terms of productivity and thinking about my schedule and how I plan everything out. When he moved to create his podcast, so he has the Tim Ferriss podcast and he puts those episodes on his YouTube channel as well. Does he put it on the YouTube channel? I think he does, parts of it. Or maybe I'm making that up. Maybe he doesn't. We'll have to check into it. But anyway, it's a resource worth checking out. I find a lot of his stuff misses for me. I find it's too technical or too boring for me. And I'm in the minority on this because people love his stuff. People consume his podcast like no tomorrow, and it's one of the most popular ones on the planet. So it's just, for me, doesn't hit the mark most of the time, but there's always some that come out that are, I really like that one. He did one with Tony Robbins that was really great. He's done a couple other ones that just really hit the mark and really made me think, that's worth it. It's worth paying attention to all the other ones to try to find that spot. So usually with him, I'll play the first couple minutes of it and then see, am I feeling this out or not? And then make a decision whether to listen to the whole thing or not. Again, it's a long form. It's usually about an hour, sometimes more, of interviews that he's done. And you could take your pick whether you want to listen to it or not. So those are my top 7. Now I want to share 3 more. These ones are up and coming for me. These are ones that I have subscribed to myself and I've watched a couple videos on. And I've been, I've taken some stuff from it. It wasn't like insta subscribe. I need to watch every video they've made. But also not hating them either, obviously. I'm learning a little bit from them and trying to see, are these guys gonna make it into my top 7 list eventually? So the first one is Gary Cox. He has a channel off as his name, and he's a personal development guy. He helps people try to break through limiting personal beliefs. I'm having him on my channel. Actually, by the time this is up, he'll probably have been on the channel. Maybe not, we'll see. So he's a super interesting guy, and anything about breaking personal beliefs is something that I'm a big fan of and I would love to learn more of myself, which is why I subscribe to him. And so I've watched a couple of his videos, usually a couple times a week, a couple minutes long, not too long, pretty easy to digest. And so I'd highly recommend checking that out if you're interested in personal development as an entrepreneur. Number 2 is Modern Health Monk. And this one I discovered recently again. He tends to focus, he's a younger guy, tends to focus on fitness, diet, and productivity. Those are his kind of areas. And I like his approach. His video style is pretty easy to understand and digest. I've left some comments on the videos. I like his style. Some of the videos hit more than others for me. Some of the concepts I already understand, and some of them are new and different and refreshing. So I watch every video that he's putting out, and I'm on the fence whether to put him in the top 7, but he has my attention right now, and so I'd recommend checking it out. Newer channel, getting started, but worth a look. And number 3 is Vox. This was recommended to me by Mark Drager. He's a guy in my mastermind group. I've only been subscribed to them for a couple days, but they have my attention because of more their editing style. They tend to do a lot of political kind of stuff. They have their own internal reporters talking about the history of a conflict or the history of something, which is interesting. In a easy to digest format, they tell you the long history of something kind of condensed down into a couple minutes, so you get a grasp of what's going on in the world. For the most part, I just don't care. That may sound terrible. I don't pay attention to what's happening in most of the world. I'm not a political science buff. I'm not a news buff. I pay attention to entrepreneurs. If it's entrepreneurship or salsa or League of Legends or Blue Jays, I'm all in. And everything else, I just don't really pay a lot of attention to. I don't really care too much about the content. What I like about it is the way they deliver their stories, the way they tell their stories, the graphics they use, how simple it is to understand something they're saying when you have zero context or background in it. I find fascinating. I think anybody who's trying to learn how to tell a story, which you need to do in a business, tell your own story, tell your customer's story, I think it's a great channel to be able to learn and model from. So thank you, Mark Drager, for that recommendation. So that's my list of the 7 greatest YouTube channels for entrepreneurs, with 3 extra bonuses of the up and coming must watch and see where they go. feature in there. I'd love to know, what do you guys think? What are your favorite channels? Did I miss something? You know, do you want to add an 8, 9, 10 of your own? Do you already subscribe to a lot of the channels that I've already talked about? Leave it in the comments. Let's get some discussion going. I'm looking forward to seeing who you guys are paying attention to. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the question. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love, guys. I'll see you soon.